Greetings and namaste, my intergalactical, superior mind wizards, light beings, novelty bringers, creators of love and light and a positive frequency. We are here now in this beautiful new 2013, and we're proud to say that Earth is still here. We have made it, and we are continuously making and creating ourselves in peace. And any disturbance from the outside, which bases their existence on lies, will be just that, disappearing and fading out till nobody's interested in what is fabricated. Because what is created in the mind, illusions, things that never took place, will be just that. Fragments of an unwanted reality that is created by those who need attention. We love everything and everybody, and those on the side that think it is wise to drop anything other than constructive criticism, you inspire us. Negative comments do not worry us. We are here to create. We are here to facilitate. We are here to inspire you into your own existence, coming into being to understand that you can facilitate as well. You can create a video as well. You can get up and do the same thing that I am doing. There's no special skill required. What's required is a pure mind state, a clear intent, a formation of something that sets a construct of existing things that are be channeled into existence, because look around you. Everything is possible. Anything and everything you want to create or you want to meet is possible from right now on. When people say, well, it's 2012 and nothing happened, here's the thing what happened. First of all, magnetically, what should be measured in the future, but right now we have downloads that come in that help us to explain what experience is and what's best to measure, or better than the human vessel, for those that have achieved that. I'm not saying that I'm superior. I'm not saying that I'm inferior. Nor am I side, left, up, down, or right. I am you. I am an aspect of you that is allowing itself to talk to you, since we are a hive mind. If my collective is sick, I am sick. If my collective is inspired and well up and healthy, we are all well up and healthy. It's like, take a sick individual or an individual that is in dis-ease or disharmonious existence and surround it with harmonious beings around it. The cell structure will pick up the merkabic field. The catharic grid will reactivate. Whether you know it or you don't know it, subconsciously your alignment begins and you begin to heal. And that's what we're here to do. That's what we wish to inspire. And anything else that comes against that what you wish in existence, see it as the counterforce to remind you which way you are going. You can give it attention, or you can keep it moving. I've understood in my existence that people that we think that are disharmonious remind us of the disharmonies within ourselves. Meaning, if there's somebody in front of you that you think is problematic, that reminds you, where are you? Can you keep it moving? Why do you feel blocked by this person? Maybe you're blocking yourself. Here's the idea. As a creator, or a powerful creator, you bring people into your life and you take people out of your life because you are powerful and you create that. That is your divine right being here. And the new existence template that is installed in you has nothing to do with neurolinguistic programming or manipulation. It is real simple. It is to our feeling now that we are beyond religion. 470 popular religions, they're all claiming their God is the ultimate God. Why not make it one being? And all these fancy names that describe this and that, we all drive cars. You got this car, that car, this car, that car. Well, does it make you better or lesser? Does the lesson lesser you? I don't believe it. I can't feel it. I can't resonate with that. So if I encounter something that wants to disrupt or destroy what's to be taken place on Earth, then I'll keep it moving. Because you're not an investor. You're not a creator in terms of helping me to create and recreate and facilitate. You're a disruptor. Once I have my land situation set up, I'll make it like the other communities. I'll protect my community. I protect my people. The people that are ready to share this experience with me, I'll protect like a silverback protects his clan. Why does that happen? To preserve the existence of the species that are here to last. And the idea for the future is the possibility that is behind us is about 200 million ideas that are waiting to take place. The form land, and I might sound repetitive, but this is to help facilitate the activation process in the cosmic construct of that is what is the Earth that helps us accelerate ascension. Well, you want to see ships, you want to make contact, it's not going to take place as you have no sight to perceive as such. We don't want to tweak engines, as in your vessel, to the point where you almost lose your mind in order to see that. You have receptors in you. Crystalline constructs aligned in your morphogenetic field at a certain resonant frequency, they will enable you to see and perceive as such. You heard fairy tales about Granny talks to elves, or the little 5-year-old one can see ghosts or predicts things, or says that a blue man comes from a ship that looks like a rainbow from the sky and they fly above the city. I say I listen to the little one. I deem it not as a fairy tale. I take it very serious that these things take place for us to be shared in a new environment and new community. And the energy that is being felt should be, as in business, transparent. No more hidden schemes. If there's something by karma that you have done, you need to come clear, because it will be put out in the open. It'll be clear. For those that are on camera like me, people know me. Where I live, I'm known. There's nothing to hide. There's no religion here. There's no cult here. There's no following here. There's the inspiration for you to get in gear, to be inspired by whatever. And I see it the same. This new paradigm says all of these religious concepts were nice. They are 2,000, 6,000, 10,000, 20,000 years old. We are here. We are defying that. We are redefining existence as we're coming into a new experience, feeling ourselves. And if we feel and we learn to feel, that's an experience that can't be explained by words. Some of you can feel crystals. That's because of your chakra here is open. And again, for the non-believers, do you think that Buddhas and statues all over the place and natives that got slaughtered all around the planet put signs and symbols here for kicks? Because it's mere imagination? Or created myth to have a purpose in life? You think that the human race is that stupefied that we need to create mythical creatures and gods in order to find purpose in life? Or is there more to the story than meets the eye, or the ear, or the heart that can feel the resonant frequency? Chakras, let me break that down in layman terms for those who can't feel. For one thing, if you can't feel crystals with your hand, that means you have implants sitting here that'll block you from feeling. Find somebody that can do implant removal and gets you back into your body. If your feet are cold, your hands are cold, that means your energetic body, your thermal structure, you're not in your body. We have cameras that can show that your field is like slightly off and behind you. You're not centralized and you're not being yourself. We are more like intergalactical technicians that show you this is how you can apply it if that should work for you. You begin to simply feel what we feel. This looks like an act. It's not an act. People say it's acting, but would you think that we can take these steps and say what we have to say in front of camera because these are lines that are written down and they are regurgitated? You're mistaken. This is coming in as pure energy from the sun and from the source. And there's more photonic energy coming in from the sun this year than ever before. I wonder why that is. And then again, and for the next coming videos, I will break it down even more in technical terms. The sun influences the genes. The genes mutate. The cells have little DNS codes. They start rewriting the gene code. And we begin to mutate. We begin to change. It's not visible in the beginning, but in a few years, people will go to doctors and have miraculous changes. Muscle structure changing, facial structure changing, eye color changing. A friend of mine had pupils that looked like this, and he has extreme night vision. And the doctors say, well, that's an anomaly, and that anomaly is a genetic mutation, and it shouldn't be because you should be. And he came to me and said, everybody in school laughs at me because I'm wrong, and I got cat eyes. And I said, you know what? And that made him very happy. I said, you're a descendant of a Lyran race, and the dominant genes have never left you, and something was still active. That's why you have cat eyes when you have night vision. So I'm saying you're a phenomenon. You're extraordinary. You are special. You're a wondrous being, and I'm inspired by your pupils. You look extremely, interesting to me. And that made him happy. He never thought nothing to it. So I suggested maybe you want to study the feline race, the Lyrans, those that have cat eyes, So that means some aspects of your shape-shifting templates that don't reveal that to the human eye are gone. That's why I'm seeing these pupils. And many others that have round pupils that might be of the lion race have when they shapeshift. Eyes like this. What did the church in the past do with us? They deemed us demons, killed us, crucified us, over and over and over again. It didn't stop the fact that we are still here. We have come back, and we fulfill our mission. What do you think? How large the lineage of my ancestry behind me is that wants me to communicate that and finally wants peace. Going Afro-American, going German, going ancestors that lived under the Nazi regime that suffered in my lineage, which is fact. Apache, as in Dene, the natives that come from this ground right here that I'm standing on, which is called Javapai. The natives that want peace, they want the land and the energies in the land rectified. The story restored to its original default settings, so what needs to take place here and the spirits that need to be here can come here. Those healers can actively get into their job, get in gear, get on YouTube, start speaking, show yourself, be extreme. What science has not found out yet, and they will at some time, from a human perspective, if you're not in resonance, that would sound ridiculous. We have 22 races in the unknown part of the gene pool within our DNA code that makes us. Which brings me to another topic. which is the reptilian agenda. Many talk about reptilians, reptilian beings, full-blown draconians, Anunnaki and draconian whatnot. Not all draconians are bad, and not all reptilians are bad. Here's the idea of a draconian or reptilian energy that can run you. It is the inability to access your frontal lobes because they are damaged, or they're not working at all, to connect to your heart. You are in a state of survival, and basically your heart pumps fear. What does that do? Frontal lobes shut down, you're in a state of fear. Your stem brain, guess what? For every human on the planet, is equivalent to the brain of the snake, which is what? It's reptilian, meaning everybody has in their basic construct to survive on this planet, which was necessary in the construct of this vessel, a reptilian stem brain. You don't believe me? Google it. People think they know it better, get a library card, study about this. Read about it, doctors write about it. For those that need Harvard professors as experts, that deem it worthy to make that a reality, you go to this reality. I can sense, I can resonate, and I can bring forth what I think is necessary for us to hear. So, a psychopath, you can say, runs reptilian energy. Why? Because the frontal lobe is shut down. He can't even fathom you. And most likely he can't even create. What they do is, when you look in nature, different species, they mimic creation. They imitate ascension. They mimic ascension, which is not the game. You can never ever oscillate on a higher frequency if you mimic something. You have to embody that. You have to become it. You have to become clear about it. And that brings up another proverb that I heard from China. It is easy for a wise man to play stupid, but a stupid man can never play wise, because you will see that in the makeup of the motor skills, the actions, the hand movement, and there's no manipulation behind it, People run around and say peace, and they say, oh, it's Illuminati. Rappers do this, and they say it's the devil. I can do as much as this, and they say, oh, this is a seraphim sign. Make it what you will. If that's not my intent and not what I resonate with, people fabricate illusions. People document illusions. And what do illusions bring forth? Exactly nothing. I say to people when they say that I'm being attacked, of course, study my video, Psychic Self-Defense. There is psychic attack out there. We feel that our planes and systems in place in certain environments that influence the weather, that try to repattern the dark grid of Earth, defeat parasitic energies. Yes, we believe that the electricity that runs to your house is not in resonance with your DNA. We also believe and feel that many stores, when you go shopping, whether it's whatever store it may be, or you do your groceries, the frequencies of the light bulbs that is used is to calm you down and keep you in a calm and open state so you continue shopping. We believe there's a lot of manipulation on this planet going down. Why do you think that all of these great inventors like Tesla died broke, could never release his free energy? Wilhelm Reich died in prison. People that tried to invent the car that runs without fuel because they said we can't be in an oil crisis, disappear. And other inventors and many, many, many more that worked in different institutions and different levels, which we will not name because this is past, but they all died. Car going over the cliff, getting hit by a train, getting lost with a plane at sea, all of those. And I studied that in the past, and I found 50 people that died of not natural causes. And the human race tends to be, it's the government, it's the president, it's them and them. Yeah, we got lazy. We gave our power away. We gave our power to them. And now we're simply saying it's time to take the power back in your hand. You create reality. You bring people in, you lead them in, you lead them out. You design the play on your stage that makes you a powerful creator. And there's nothing stopping this. You are a wonderful and powerful and wondrous being. And we want everybody to get up and engage in that. And before I lose track about this reptilian energy, it is right now, try to find out how to remove implants. Google implant removal. Who does procedures that help to remove implants? We don't have multidimensional sight on all levels, but on some level we can see what needs to be removed. Those that can help, whatever level you can accumulate or assimilate, or bring it in, get the stuff out of your system. In one video I talked about it. You can have a tape here. That tape recorder was initiated when you were traumatized. When you were traumatized, let's say, a being with not a divine intent was behind that operation, reading you because dimensionally you're open. You are, they say, God's kingdom. So let's say you have an apartment sitting right here, and that apartment has a number. And maybe it's not on your conscious radar. You are unconscious. What happens? You get a squatter. That's called possession. They will run that tape. Every time this weakness will come up, or where you're not in your passion, they will run it to the fullest. And right now, a lot of males are losing the masculine energy magnetic grid because it's falling apart. As we speak the truth and reveal what's to be revealed, it's to get your inner perception going first before anything external can take place. And there are places out here, just as you can see around here, Arizona, Sedona, that have vorticular energy patterns. There's iron in the rock, a lot of silica, and way, way, way down, hematite. That makes it like a super reactor magnetic spin vortex. And why is it that the ancients said that if you want to live here, you got to clear yourself? And if you're not willing to integrate the shadow aspect of yourself, you will actually lose your mind. So we're here basically at angelical Hogwarts, where you have to ultimately face yourself. There's no distraction. There's just you here in the desert facing yourself. And for others that want to heal, find those holy places. They're all over America. They're all over the world, where you can be with people around you, where you can try to establish new communities, grow into new and harmonious cells, and help recreate and reactivate the planet, which is the main mission. That's from here to the world. And then the magic can take place in front of your very eye. So I'm very honored to be here. I'm honored that people listen to what I have to say. I'm even honored by those that dislike the video because they made an effort to look at it. Because if I'm not relevant, nobody talks about me. And when nothing happens, nothing is being done. And for nature, no action, no creation. No creation, no change. So we all, I believe and feel in my heart, have to do our part here as citizens on this planet that are becoming intergalactical humans. And you will witness that in your lifetime. We have 700 million people that believe that are starseeds and have the feeling that they're not from this planet, have visions or had contact. If they are all delusional and insane, then I rest my case, Your Honor. Then I have nothing more to say. But the story continues, because it's a never-ending story. And the never-ending story is us. And if you look deeper into yourself and into your heart, you can see that. And with that universal thought, I leave you to your homework. What are you doing with yourself? Remember when they said on TV, it's 10 o'clock, where are your children? Let's transform this and say it's 2013. Where's your higher self? How do you connect? How do you create? How do you communicate? How do you help heal? Are you nagging? Are you bitching? Are you being destructive and disruptive? Are you in different forums causing havoc, accusing people, and that's your life? Basically, your life is your obsession to destroy something? Or are you busy with saying, well, it's a beautiful world. There are beautiful people out here. This is a creative process, and I love you all, and it is magnificent that you're here, in that we have the opportunity to share this holographic experience in the flesh as a light being making this experience we call human. Hueman. And that's for mankind. So my love to you, Intergalactic Ambassador Arcturus Ra signing off. And for those that are interested in this, my man Ferris made this. It's a light maser, some energetic type super module that he channels. And these things come in, and that shows me the evidence we are creating new things here. So something is communicating and transmitting that, and we're bringing it into physical form. So any contact or information you want about this video, you know where to contact me. Signing off. Namaste.